Have you done your taxes?
Barely, just this week.
Yes. Time's running out, my dear friends.
Yeah, but even if you owe money, there could be a few things you can do to buy yourself some extra time. We'll find out what they are coming up. So you've put off filing your taxes, and now, well, you might not be able to get them done in time. What to do, my friends? CPA Robert Hockensmith joins us with a few ideas here how you can file an extension, because tax day, what is it, Monday or Tuesday next week?
It's going to be Tuesday, the 17th.
All right.
17th. So we have this Form 4868. That's the form for your extension. And why the extension is so important, Jamie, is that it really cuts the penalty down for anybody that might have to pay additional taxes.
Big time.
Yeah. 5% of the tax that's owed is the normal penalty. If you file the extension, it's a free document, then the penalty is 1/2 of 1%. It's like 1/10 of what the normal penalty would be.
So do that.
Do that. And some people will say, I can't file my taxes because I can't afford to pay them.
Yeah.
Well, you could file the tax return and pay later. You actually have a couple of ways of paying. You can pay with the 9465, which is installment agreement. You can actually write a letter saying, I'll send you the check in 120 days. The IRS will actually accept that.
Wow. So they'll wait. They'll work out a deal with you to get their money back.
Now they're doing that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, very interesting. So filing on time, even if you cannot pay, late payments costs with and without penalties.
Yes, that's the 5% penalty if you don't file the extension. If you do file the extension, it's 1/2 of 1%, so it's really cheap.
Okay, and there are a lot of changes that my tax guy was talking to me about. What do we need to be aware of as we prepare for our next year?
Well, the big one that we want to remember is that if you're an employee and you're not getting reimbursed for expenses that you have to incur to do your job,
right,
that's gone next year. You're not going to get a deduction for that employee business expense. But the biggest change that we're seeing is that there is no deduction for children next year. That has gone away.
What?
They've taken away the deduction for children.
Say that again.
There is no deduction for children next year.
So what do our parents need to be doing as they're preparing?
Well, they're going to want to keep all the records they normally keep, because the federal law and the state of Arizona law are different. And a lot of people think that they're the same, but they're different. So you want to keep the same records you kept last year, because you're going to have a different tax on the state of Arizona versus the IRS. So there's no deduction for the children, but on the credit side, the IRS is going to give you an additional credit for having children that are under the age of 17.
So our meeting with our tax guy needs to be twofold this year. Get today done, and then prepare for when we meet again next year.
What we're doing is we're doing our tax returns right now, and then we're saying to our clients, please call and come back in the summer so we can discuss your situation for 2018. It's going to surprise a lot of people next year.
Yeah, we don't want to have that shock. We'd rather be prepared.
Right.
What else do we need to know? Anything else?
That's pretty much it at this point. You've got a lot of changes coming up. For instance, if you are a business, you're going to get a deduction that other people don't get in the past, like a 20% pass-through. It gets a little complicated, but that's a big benefit for people who have their own business next year.
That's great to know.
All right.
Good for our small business owners. Thank you. Great information. We appreciate that.
Thanks, Jamie.